Hello, hello, and welcome to Space Engineers. I'm Duke Skyloafer, doing a sound check live because I didn't do it before I went live. We're back on the planet known as Earth-like. And how's that music volume? Is that okay with everybody? Boy, I'm just not prepared today. Okay. Keyboard, mouse. Got everything I need. Alright, so I've been sitting in the world. The world's been running for about a half hour, and fortunately nothing has spawned that I'm aware of, aside from a unknown signal. I did turn on the cargo ships button in the settings for the world. I don't know if that'll make a difference on the planet, but I guess we'll just have to hang around and see if the new fieldwork update has made a difference for us. One thing that was a lot of fun was, and maybe something to keep in mind, Share Inertia Tensor is now an experimental feature that you have to turn on individually in the world. And I forgot about that, and so you can imagine when I first loaded in and all of my pistons and hinges were just living their own lives, basically. So went back out, turned that on, and then had to go and try and figure out which ones I needed to enable that option for. So this guy is stabilized again. He was having a nice little bouncy house effect going on for a while. I also had to teleport over to the Luna base real quick and fix some things over there, so we're going to pretend that that didn't happen, but everything's all nice and stable over there now. This guy's good. Everybody's good. So I think the only weird thing that I'm seeing so far is the build info mod. If I jump into here, let's see. No, actually this one's good now. There was, let's see, was it the it was the programmable block, I think. Let me look in here. Yeah, see, like the programmable blocks in the thing they're used to say in the toolbar, they used to say what the command was that they were going to run. And now they don't anymore. So I have muscle memory around these, but it would be nice if they fix that. So Ajir wants to know why I am live now. Because there was a Space Engineers update today, and so I decided to do an extra stream. So tell him to drop what he's doing and get in the chat. I'm kidding. He can do whatever he wants. But anyway, we're going to try and use some of these new things to get back up to the space station, because oh, that was the other thing. The fact that the space station itself kept turning into a dynamic grid made me think that perhaps the problem was the mod Force Dynamic Grids, because it's possible that even though where the space station is says 0p gravity, yeah, how it kind of goes from 0.05 to 0, I think the station may actually be slightly, ever so slightly in gravity, which means that anytime there's like a, if I do something to the grid, like damage it, or like it says it's supposed to just look for split events, grid split events, but then there's like a changelog note that says it tries to look for other things. So I started thinking maybe it thinks that it has become an unsupported grid and needs to be turned into a dynamic grid. So anyway, long story short, I took that mod out, and we'll see if the station remains as a static grid. And if it doesn't, instead of putting it in a voxel, because I was originally just going to fake an asteroid and just lock it into a small voxel, we'll just, I have a thought that I could do with put some thrusters on it. My concern was, because they'd have to be hydrogen. Excuse me. They'd have to be hydrogen, and I didn't want them just sitting there slowly burning through the hydrogen. It'd be really slow, but they'd be slowly burning through the hydrogen. I could put an event controller on the grid that looks for the grid speed and turns them on if the grid speed is anything but 0, and then turns them off as soon as the grid returns to 0 speed. And we might be able to do we would put a gyro on it too, to lock it to its orientation. So that's my plan, to get up there and implement that as a backup plan. Although I'm going to have to get some more hydrogen up there as well. So, for that, I have yet another additional plan to try to optimize this thing. So we're going to do two things. One is we're going to take off on the bottom side here. We're going to take off these two side thruster packs. We're going to take them off entirely because I think I've got enough thrusters to go up and down, on its own. And we're going to add 2 more hydrogen containers so that we have extra fuel. And if there are fewer thrusters, we will not be able to burn more fuel. We will burn less fuel. So that is my hope. And then either way, we're going to ride this back up to the station and get it reoriented in the correct direction so that I can at least use the rings to go up and down. So that's the plan. So that's what we're going to do. But first, let's look at the new update real quick. So I don't know what blocks they added in the non-DLC pack. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't know where they are. There's a new Prototech block in here. It's this, the one that doesn't have a color in the colored icons yet, Prototech Fusion Reactor, which looks really cool. There is I think it was a vent block. No, what was it called? It was some sort of like a conveyor cover that looks like a vent. I don't remember what it's called. Conveyor. I don't remember what it was called, so I can't really look it up. But anyway, that was the thing. And then there was it a charge? No. There was something that was like a charging point or something like that. Oh, that's charge and point are both emotes. Another fun thing was the projector. This icon is no longer accurate, but the projector now has personally, I don't care about the right and left, but it has a access point built into it, so I don't have to build one in that exact same spot every single time. So apparently that's the back now. This is the front. That's the top, bottom, right and left. So I'm standing behind it now. This is the correct orientation. It doesn't have I guess it still technically has kind of like a plus on it on the top, but it no longer has the line in the front. So the front is the only one that doesn't have a thing on it. And it's similar on small grid. That's the access point there, the little round thing that looks really cool. So that's a very nice change to the projector. It added something else in the interface for it as well. Something about listing the unbuilt blocks or something like that. I'm sure we'll see it around at some point. There was something that was like a charging point, like where you could get power out of the thing or something like that, but I don't remember what it was called now. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll find it at some point in one of these groups. Actually, is it would it be what group has the there's a media player. What group has the oh, that's interesting. This conveyor tube has a different icon. Access panels, conveyor access. Well, anyway, I can definitely look at the field work new DLC blocks, which look pretty cool. So we've got these round corridors that I'm definitely going to use. We got the round door, which is just the same as the sliding door, but it's round, which I like. We got these big and small floor pieces, which are really cool. I'm going to put these in the thing so we can see what we're dealing with. So we got square. We got a big old floor piece, which is a decent amount of iron to make. Less than... Actually, it's slightly more than... well, no. It's... iron-wise, it's probably similar to a light armor block. But then we've got floor passage. Basically, these are just there to, mark the shapes on the floor. Basically, so we got floor center, floor... It's got all the decals on it. So, So you can make a floor that has different shapes and different colors on it, which I think we will probably use up on the space station for sure. So that's something we could do when we go back up there one of these days. What else did we get? We got pipes. Let's look at pipes. Pipes attached to a wall with a kind of like an end or a valve on it. We got a corner going up, going down, a kind of a junction looking thing. This is the, I'm pretty sure this is the thing that we saw in one of the teasers, and we were trying to figure out what all the pipes were. So this is what we're looking at. It's just a junction that has pipes on all sides. All of this is completely decorative. It doesn't do anything. Completely decorative. But contains a lot of large steel tubes, as you might imagine. Let's see. So we finally got our small hydrogen tank, or a different model of the small hydrogen tank, which is cool. I'm definitely going to use that. It's conveyor on bottom and side, so that's a little bit different. I could, let's see, we don't have a small grid of this one, but we did get a small grid. I thought we got a small grid some other, here we go, lab hydrogen tank. So this is just a reskin of this same hydrogen tank that's right there on the ship, which I like better. I think this one looks pretty good. It's got a similar shape to the like medium or the modular cargo. Actually, probably fits really good up against the modular cargo, to be honest. So that's cool. Let's see. We got all the lab doors, which I believe have like glass in them, which is very cool. We haven't really had doors with a lot of glass that weren't modded, so I like that. This thing is really cool. This is a cryo chamber, essentially, but it's called lab vat, and so when you get in it, your character model appears inside of it, just like floating in a tube in their spacesuit, which is kind of cool. So it actually has 3 access points, which is very cool. Is there a small grid version? No. Exhaust cap. This is just a emits particle. Yeah, this is just a different version of the smokestack, basically. Not the smokestack. You know, it's the exhaust pipe. So it's just like a flat version of that, and there is a small grid version as well, which I like. Then we just have all these lab experiments, lab freezer. This thing I think is kind of cool looking. It's not on, but when it is on, there's like lightning in it. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, this needs superconductors. I'm not going to build one. But... looks very cool. Then we just have all these like lab cabinet, lab sink, microscope, desk, all sorts of new desks. Lab freezer is just a storage container. Lab O2 H2 gen. This is where we're doing the same thing like we did with the assembler and make it 2 stories tall. Yeah, back in heavy industry. So, in case you need a O2 gen that has the same number of connections, but just is twice as big. I think that is animated on the top. Like, you do see, like, the electrolysis going on in there. So, that's cool. I dig that. What's this one? This one is just a tank. Yep. Alright. I'm not here to actually go through all of these different things. I just wanted to kind of look at all of them. Oh, we also have our small oxygen tank as well. So... we don't have a small grid version of you. But I thought there was a small grid, smaller oxygen tank. Oh, you know what? That might be actually part of the... I think that's actually part of the normal update. Yeah, there we go. So The normal one, which looks like this, now has a very shrunken down model that looks basically exactly the same. And it only carries 3 kiloliters of oxygen. Yeah, 3 kiloliters of oxygen. So, compared to the bigger one, which is 50. So, definitely this... Well, actually, I'd have to do the math. So this is 27 blocks, and this is 2 blocks. Actually... pretty good deal, actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3... how many would we... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 3 is... this is 3 by 3. This is 3 by 3. 27, 35. Yeah, this is still a better deal. But if you can't fit one of these big things, at least by my napkin math, this is the better deal. But if you can't fit a big one, put in some small ones and you're good. Like, you could use these in place of conveyors, you know, just to get some extra oxygen storage. You know, have them in line, which is pretty cool. I don't think you can refill bottles in them because the conveyors are too tiny. So, that's a downside. Anywho, what else? There was something else. Oh, the connector. We got this guy. The small, or the large grid. Where are you? There we go. The large grid, small inset connector. So now we can connect those things. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's get to work taking some pieces off of this and trying to get back up to the station. So I'm going to have to put one thruster back onto here when I'm done for the sides. And I'm okay burning a little bit of extra fuel to get up and down from space. I just we're gonna have to build one of these small hydrogen tanks up there. We're gonna have to bring enough stuff to do what I want to do up there. But it should all fit in here. Alright. Let's grab that new hydrogen tank, the lab tank, put that on the side here. It does have a thing. It's still the same. It's basically exactly the same in functionality as the old one. It just looks like a different shape. It's still 5 by 5 by 5. And I need steel plate. There was a big, long list of additional changes. Hang on one second. Let me bring up... There we go. Sorry, my monitor was down. There was a big, long list of changes in the change log. Oh, I hope this isn't going to be a problem for... Nah, it'll probably be fine. For aerodynamics. There was something else. There was a big, long list of changes in the change log, as usual. And they included something really interesting, which was they've added additional keybinds and have now made it possible to make Space Engineers 1 function like Space Engineers 2, which is actually what I was saying is a really good idea. Like, I kind of like the Space Engineers 2 way of doing things more than the Space Engineers 1 way, even though I'm much more used to that. I'm not going to do it just yet, but I'm probably going to do that at some point. When I get used to SE2, I'm going to go back to SE1 and change all the keybinds to match, I don't know which ones are the new ones, but to match to match SE2, basically. Let them figure out what they're doing and then go from there. Alright, so I need to name these things that I just created here. Industrial hydrogen thruster. What do I call... What is this thing? This is the CA, right? Thrusters. Okay. And they're just called thruster They're called this. All right. Now, the other option that I thought about was I could automate. I could automate the thrust. Like if I wanted to not use waypoints and just have the ship like be a pilotable thing, like I could use an event controller and thrust override to keep the ship at a certain speed. So that's another possibility. Is that we just do manual flights up and down, and it's still worthwhile enough, you know, even if it's not automated. But I completely forgot what I was doing. All right, thrusters, and my new thrusters. Save, and then you guys can go away. And where's my new tanks at? I don't care what they're called. And get these in there. And get rid of you. And then are you on? Stockpile is currently off. Okay. So let's fill those all up. And then I'm going to see, I just want to make sure everything turns on there. I want to see if with this amount of, you know, with double the H2, can we at least get up into space with a somewhat full thing. Now I am going to, I think it's Alt-Shift. Is it not? Oh, I'm sorry, Control-Shift. There we go. Hopefully that didn't take the entire base with it. And I want to grab a gyro. Okay. I'm gonna grab. Do I want industrial? No, it's gotta be large grid, but do I want industrial? Oh. Large grid. I think I want the regular hydrogen. Not that it matters. They're the same, aren't they? 840, 60. 840, yeah, they're the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And an event controller. I think that's all I need. So we're just gonna grab that. Not what I meant to do. Put those there. That's okay though. Put those there. We were going to have to go mining at some point, weren't we? I feel like we were, but I also feel like I would really like to get up to the space station again and reorient it properly. I could have, it also occurred to me, I could have used the Moon Knights thrusters and gyros to kind of rotate the station. It probably wouldn't have been too easy, but yeah, that's an option. If I bring up enough stuff to build a refinery up there, we might be able to find an asteroid with some good stuff and go mine it and come back. Especially if we could find some ice up there, we'd be solid. Oh, you know what? I also wanted to make a hydrogen tank. A lab small hydrogen tank. Yeah, we are going to have to find... That was it, everything, right? We are going to have to get some more ice. So we either have to get that out in space, or we're going to have to go back to the Luna base and grab a whole lot of ice and bring it back, because we don't have a lot of ice here. And I also don't want to run out of food. But I think we should be good now. How much capacity is left in here? Where's all the stuff that I deposited, guys? I swear, did Izzy pull it back out? I think it did. Izzy, you're not supposed to touch this thing. No IIM. Okay, fine. We're going to do it again. At least all the parts should exist. So, one of you... hydrogen thruster. And vent controller. Okay, this time I'm going to manually move these things over. Okay, I don't know if this is all going to fit. If I can't bring the... If I can't bring everything, then I need to at least favor the gyro, because then I can rotate the station easier. It's taking stuff out of there. Why are you doing that, Izzy? You're not supposed to be doing that. Alright, let me put this back. Let me put... oh, you know what? I bet it was pulling from there. Maybe Izzy wasn't taking it. Yeah, I bet that's what was happening. Okay, fine. How are we gonna handle that? Well, we could bring up a bunch of materials. Let me think. How do I want to block that from doing stuff? I don't want to have to put a sorter on it. I could put a sorter on it to block things coming back out temporarily. I don't want to do that. Let's see. I'm going to try. Doing this. Actually, no. What I need to do is basically go... yeah, okay, here. Yeah. Cargo, and then from here, I just want you to go from here to here. Was that it? That seems like not everything. Did I accidentally do small grid again? I might have accidentally done small grid. We'll get this. We'll figure it out. Alright, so let's move... Let's just move all this stuff back out of here. And then from here... Oh, it's just putting it... Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I don't know how to play the game. That's what's going on. I bet you everybody's at home screaming about what I'm doing wrong. Everybody knows. Okay. Probably also going to need some conveyor blocks, but I might be able to make them up there. Okay. Now, if you're the only one visible there, give me everything. And we can't... it doesn't all exist. Okay. We'll get there. It's working on it. 40 steel plates. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. Now we're talking. Now it's working. Then I want the hydrogen, the lab large grid, small hydrogen tank, and let's just grab some parts for some conveyors, just some general conveyor pipes. Okay. That looks good. That's at least enough. Jeez. That's at least enough to get me started up there. 19,000 kilograms. Hopefully that's okay. Let me grab some just like general steel plates for myself here. And maybe some of these as well. Maybe some of these. And that's probably good. We're just going to try to blast off and then hopefully come back down. Well, even if it stays up there, I am hoping we can just I can rotate it and we could I can use the rings to come back down and get more parts if I need it or do whatever. All right, I got to remember how to do this now. So 9 is the down. 6 is down. Everything is set for down right now. Let's make a new... Let's put everything here for up. So flight up, we need your behavior on. Recorder, we need your behavior on. And play on off. And let me just put your connector there. That'll be good. All right. I think we're good. Let's see what happens when we go. So we're gonna put the batteries on, set that to auto, set that to on, all that's on. Then what is 4? 4 is connector down switch lock. Okay, good. So we're gonna go unlock that, and then we're gonna go on, play. And we are keeping... We're keeping the right... We're burning... Actually, we're not burning that much hydrogen. We're keeping the right speed here, which is good. This might actually work. Now, we're not actually going to dock. That's the other thing, is because the waypoint has changed. But we're going to get near it in space and then just kind of stop there. So that's good. So we might actually even be able to take out some more of the up and down thrusters, because the fewer thrusters we have firing all the time, the less hydrogen we'll use up. So we're going to have to figure out what the optimal fuel, thrust to weight ratio is. But this is looking pretty good, I think. I'm a little concerned that it has to keep firing the forward thrusters. You know, it, like speeds up and then fires the forward thrusters to slow down. It's a little bit inefficient. I bet since it, yeah, I just had a good idea. Since the majority of the time is spent trying to get through the atmosphere, I bet if I replace like half of those up and down thrusters with atmospherics, then we'll use even less hydrogen. Hopefully. And, yeah. Yeah. We're still a pretty good ways out there, though. We're outside the atmosphere. Is my helmet closed? I hope so. You can hear my heavy breathing. I wonder if we could even have it where we put some. We'll have to put more batteries on it. But what if we put atmospherics on it and then detected? I don't think we can detect. We can detect like a certain gravity, and be like, if gravity is more than 50%, like we'll figure out what the gravity is near atmosphere. Then just turn off the hydrogens and turn on the atmospherics. We could optimize this, I think. I wonder if it's possible. Can the event controller... can it do... Let's see, grid speed change, natural gravity change. I was wondering if it could do, it can do altitude. That's actually probably a better thing than gravity. Let's just do altitude. But I was wondering if it could do... Actually, what was I trying to look at? Oh, I was wondering, okay, never mind. That's not what I meant to look at. I wanted to look at whether or not the flight controller for, let's see, can the speed limit be set directly? You know, like, could I tell it once you get past this altitude, you could just let her rip. You don't have to, you know. I don't think you can do that though, but we could check. If I did this and said, let's see, we can here, set speed limit. Oh. There we go. So we could say, once you get above a certain altitude, you could just go faster. And then it'll spend less time doing this little dance of the thrusters here. Yeah. I like that. I think there's a lot of optimizations we could do here. So we could say when the altitude gets to whatever it is at the edge of the atmosphere, then we'll shut the atmospherics off and turn on the hydrogens. Then that way I could even carry hydrogen up to the station, because right now I'm going to get up there and I'm not going to really be able to drop off any hydrogen, because it's going to need to It's going to need that to get back to the planet. I do want to use, while I'm up there, I'm going to try and use the miner on the Moon Knight to see if the asteroids around have anything useful in them. Because if there's some ice in an asteroid nearby, then it'll be worth going to get it, building an O2 gen on the station, and just using that to fill up a hydrogen tank. Because then this thing could fill up when it gets up there, and then there's no problem getting back home. Oh, I should have also checked if the laser antenna started working again. Bad news about Factorum, though. Not seeing any Factorum spawning yet. Not seeing any encounters spawning at all still. So that's a bummer. I'm trying to remember if the miner itself has an O2H2 gen on it or not, because if it does, if I found an ice asteroid nearby, it would be really easy to go and fill up, because the miner could just get some ice and fill its own tank for the trip back. Taking a drink of water now, which means it's time for me to remind you that if you're enjoying the stream, you should consider liking the video. And subscribe if you'd like to get notified when I go live, especially on a weird off day like today. Yeah, I'm not trying to make Monday a regular day for streaming, so this is a unique case just because the new update came out, and I wanted to see if it fixed any of the bugs. I noticed my ship is, the heat is going down very, very slowly. I guess that's a feature of the mod because it's in space, so heat would dissipate pretty slowly in space. Kind of cool. I think I can move that indicator so it's not overlapping with the other thing. So did you guys hear what they're adding in the next update, the survival update? That sounds pretty cool. They're adding food. Like, we're going to have to be farmers. It's optional. Like, you have to turn those features on and off, but I think that's really cool, actually. Alright, really hoping that this thing... I got my finger on the button here to stop it. But we should be coming up to the waypoint very shortly here. At least we're not on an exact collision course with it. There we go. Beautiful. Now we have full control, and I'm just going to drift my way toward that connector there. A little faster than I would like. We used just about half the fuel to get here, so I think we're going to have to get some... Oh, okay, hold on there. Alright, this is the part where we find out if bumping the station turns it into a ship again, or if it has turned into a ship. Is it damaged? No, we're connected. Alright, let's charge the batteries. I'm going to set those to fill for now. Alright, let me go get some oxygen from the ship up here real quick. Very good. Alright, so first things first. Why are you... Oh, you know what? You're flopsing around because you probably need your inertial tensor back on. And you also probably need your inertial tensor back on. I think these are the last ones that don't have it. Okay. Actually, I think there might be solar panels at the at the Luna base that are not on, but that's okay. They weren't glitching out or anything, so I think it'll be fine. All right, where do I want to put my gyroscope? Let's put my gyroscope back here. Perhaps before I do this, what was that? I need to, okay, even I can hear the... What is that noise? Almost... Yeah, the sound is definitely screwing up. I assume it sounds weird on your end, too. It almost sounds like something is shooting at us. Which, if it was, that would actually kind of be a welcome surprise. Yeah, there's something weird going on with the sound. Well, hopefully that doesn't last forever. I need to grab from here some parts to finish this. Now we should be able to build everything. Because it should be able to pull from the ship. Right? There it goes. Alright, we're going to have leftover parts because I told it to only build it functional, which is good. Alright, so the other thing that I wanted to do was make like a thruster pack kind of a deal. So how am I going to do... How and where am I going to do that? Let's see, I could split off of here. Although, you're kind of right under there. I mean, I guess it could be a temporary thing. I don't want to start moving this without... well, actually... Now, maybe we could. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't drift. At least I don't think it should drift. Okay. So, we are going to go convert to ship. And we're going to slowly rotate. Back toward the planet like this. Put this like right underneath us. The solar panels moving is kind of fighting me a little bit, but that's okay. That should be close enough. We are moving a little bit. So I'm just going to rapidly click this till it goes. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to tell this to override so that we hopefully don't go rotating at least. So if I bump it again, it will at least maintain its orientation. Let's test. That was really loud. Okay, well the sound works again. Oh! Okay, that's new. Oh. Oh. I didn't realize that was a thing. Anymore. Or now. When you open your helmet, you actually see it. That's actually really cool. Anyway. Back up to the station. Okay, so before I do anything else building thruster packs and stuff, I want to see about can we find how much the Moon Knight tanks? I don't know which one is in the thing. Okay, well that's fine. We are going to... I gotta remember how this works on this ship. So I'm turning... I'll turn them all off. Do we have this one? Okay, good. So that should be, we are disconnected there. And if we turn on the ore detector, then we should be able to point at some asteroids and see what they've got on them. So let's look at this one first. Okay, it's got stone. It's got, oh, hold on. It's got, I love doing this. It's got ice. That one has ice. Okay. So off to a good start there. It's got ice and it's got, why do you keep, oh, it's, sorry, it's scrolling on me. It's got stone for sure. It's got cobalt. Okay. Do I have an O2 gem on board? Of course I don't. Okay, what's my only tank? It's at 50%. And that might not be terrible, but I would really like to get an O2 gen stuck on here to be able to fill myself up with the ice I'm about to go get. So where... Let's see. If I pull that back, I won't be able to merge block easily anymore. You know, maybe it'll be okay. We can get there and back, potentially, because I could just drift. Let's go for it. Let's see what we can do with the 50% H2 we've got. Let me point not directly at it. And off we go. And while we're flying at that, I'm going to try and look at this one. And it's got potassium. Okay. We're kind of moving away from it. Scanning. It's got stone, of course. Looks like no cobalt. Actually, does this one have cobalt? Did I misread that? Yeah, I think I misread that. It doesn't have cobalt. We'll figure out what it's got when we get there. Should have ice, though. We're maxed out. Oh, man, I hope 600 is enough to detect where the ice is. Should be. Might be up on that side up there. Oh, are we in gravity? We're in gravity. That's why we're not going in the direction I thought we were going to go. Okay. Let's see if we could find the ice. Let's head... Being in gravity kind of makes this a little bit harder to do. Platinum! Holy... Wait, why is there platinum here? There shouldn't be platinum in asteroids. I'm not going to complain, though, because that changes everything. Okay. Well, where's the ice? I need the ice. I'm not going to complain about platinum, but I need ice. Let's go after platinum and see if we get ice. Why? It showed... Where's... Hold on. I'm waiting for it to rotate its view again here. Cobalt, magnesium, silicon, silver, gold. Alright, are we... Okay, ice. It's showing ice. It's not showing platinum. Ooh, something's bugged. Okay, we might risk everything to get some platinum here. Oh, you know, they also said they added like a terrain clearing function to the drills. I don't know what that was. Did they go over that in the stream? I don't know. Yeah, scarce resources is set up correctly. But you know what? You know what? It just occurred to me that it's actually probably daily needs. Uh, just breaking what spawns in asteroids. Because scarce resources does load first, and then daily needs loads after it. But this will be good. I'll be able to make some ions, and then I won't have to worry about hydrogen as much up on the station. And it also means we don't have to go to Mars. So this is a very, very big deal. If I can get back to the station with it. I'm still going to need ice, though. I might, for the sake of expediency, fly the miner, the atmospheric miner, over to the Luna base and grab some ice. And then bring it up here somehow. Probably with the new somewhat working cargo rocket. So what was the terrain clearing feature of the drills? Did anybody check that out? Yeah, I think that's going to be enough of that. Oh man, which way is out? Yep. Yay. Out. Okay. Okay, so hopefully I can make it back to the station now. You can see the station over there, which is good. It's going to take me longer. I'm not going to burn as much. Oh man, we're in gravity though. I'm going to... Which way is gravity? Hang on. Gravity is... Oh, I can barely rotate. There we go. Gravity is this way, so I'm going to boost upwards a little bit. And we're just going to kind of fall as we go. That's really crazy that, because the asteroids, we looked at asteroids on the way to the moon, and they all had the correct things in them. So the fact that this one just randomly had platinum in it is really weird. Let's see. Should I bring all the platinum back down to the planet? Or should I bring parts up? I think I'm going to send the empty ship back down to the planet, leave the platinum up here, and then come back with the parts to build a refinery up in space. I think that's probably the better way to go. Because then I could build a mining ship that has ions and not have to worry about this one using up all of my hydrogen. And then I could build ions on the station. Like, this changes everything. It changes the entire plan. Kind of just burned this way for a bit. Yeah, I know, we're running low. We're almost there, though. I'm going to take another drink of water. Yeah, this kind of confirms that we are... The station is almost certainly in very, very weak gravity. Even though it says 0, it's probably like, you know, 0.02 or something. Forward, please. This way. Up. We're almost there. Hopefully we have just enough fuel to get back to it. I really would have liked some ice, though. But that's okay. Now that we have access to the planet again, we can just go... We'll just go get some. And it'll be faster to fly there than to drive the entire platypus over to the base. Platypus is good if we need to bring back a lot of hydrogen. Uh-oh, I can't see where the station is. Hang on. There's the orbit. Oh, yeah, there it is. Need to put an antenna on this thing. Let's slow it down a little bit here. We need to drift past it. This is the bottom. Alright, and we're gonna... let's see, we're gonna have to rotate around. Alright, and... you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just reconnect like this. Do this. Now, I wonder if... I hope that didn't just turn the thing into a station. Let's find out. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay, good. It didn't. The other evidence that I have that we are slightly in gravity is that I have a compass and a local time and a horizon. Not a planetary horizon, though. So I don't know how far out the local time actually stretches, but okay. So I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take a big chance on this. I'm going to have this thing... Let's see. I want to... Oh, you're already full. You sucked all the fuel out of the rest of the station. That's fine. I'm going to record some things real quick here. Let's see. So down. This is going to be down. So flight down, AI on, recorder down, AI on, and... play on off, and then connector down, switch log. We never properly programmed the event controllers to actually connect, so I can't really actually truly, you know, I can't trust it to actually go all the way down and connect. But actually, why not? Why can't I do that right now? Hang on. EC docking ready down is when connector is ready, and the specific connector is the down one. The up one is Up is not ready to lock. Down is not ready to lock, but up is... Oh, because it's not ready, technically. Okay. All right, so when down is ready, then we are going to say that... Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. So when down is ready, we are going to say lock. Okay? I'm doing good, Rumblestrip. How you doing? Okay, so that's we're gonna say lock. Then when docking down, we're gonna say docking locked down. This is when connector down is locked. Then what I want is batteries. Oh, I already did this one. Batteries to recharge, thrusters off, antenna off, etc. And when it is unlocked, I want battery. Oh wait, do I already have the when I tell it to go? No, I don't think so. When it unlocks, recharge off, thrusters on, antenna on, and that's it. Okay. Then we'll do the same thing. So this will be docking locked. We'll be able to test this one. Docking locked up. Alright, so when docking ready up is connector ready idle. Oh man. Sorry, I'm reading your chat here. Yeah. Man. Keep some ice on that thing. Okay, when the up is ready, when connector up is ready, then connector up should... Nope. Why does that say never? Connector up should lock. Okay? Something gets near it, just go ahead and lock. Then, when connector up is locked, we're going to do the same thing. So, batteries, when it locks, we want recharge on. When it unlocks, we want recharge off. When it locks, we want thrusters off. And when it unlocks, we want thrusters on. And then when it locks, we want antenna off. And when it unlocks, we want antenna on. Off, on, off, on. Recharge, not recharge. Okay, I'm going to double check that this one is the same. Recharge on, recharge off. Block off when it connects, block on when it disconnects. Toggle off when it connects, toggle on when it disconnects. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, you know what? I wanted the... There was one more thing. I want to make sure that locked also does the tanks, the hydrogen tanks. So when it locks, I want stockpile on, and when it unlocks, stockpile off. Okay. That way I can be sure for 100%, no matter what I do, it will definitely... Stockpile will be off when it disconnects. So. Okay, when it connects, stockpile on. When it disconnects, stockpile off. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and blueprint this again, just to make sure, because that's a pretty decent amount of work to do. All right, we're going to double check this. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. I'm going to get you out of there too. Get you out of there. I'm going to put antenna on off here too. Okay, so now I need a recorder up. And add waypoints. There we go. So I'm also going to turn on... whatever, it's fine. Okay, so disconnect. Locked. So disconnect you. What? Oh, it's... Wait, what? This thing's a little bit bugged. It's not showing me the... It's not showing me the different toolbar. Yeah, that's weird. Build info's not really working. But also... Why can't I unlock on... Oh, you know why? Because it locks immediately. It locks immediately after I unlock. Locks immediately after I unlock. Let's see. I'm probably going to have to actually create a timer that turns the... event controller off and then turns it back on after we get away, far enough away. Because I can't move away. At least I know because it's turning everything off, so at least there's that. Did I put timers on here as a... Yeah, I did. Okay, good. So we can do this. And I never used it for anything. So, okay. Undock... I even named them correctly already. So undock up. We're going to put a delay of, let's say 10 seconds. So we are going to just do setup actions. We're going to say the EC for docking locked, we're doing up. So after it triggers, we're going to turn this block on. Docking, oh no wait, that's locked. Docking ready down. Okay, now docking ready up. Turn it on. Docking ready up. Okay, so that'll be after it triggers. So we're gonna say, let me just do this one here too. We're doing 10 seconds. Docking ready down. Should turn on. This one is down. Okay. So then our event controller for locked up, we're going to add another one that says when you disconnect, turn docking ready off. Or actually, you know what I could do is I could say when you connect, when docking ready... Wait, which one am I on here? Is this up or down? This is up. So when you connect, we'll just turn this one off entirely. Toggle block on. And then we'll grab the timer. When we undock, we will start it. So 10 seconds later, it will be good to go. So we will turn toggle block on. That's wrong. We want to toggle block off. Toggle block off when we connect. Start the timer to turn it back on when we disconnect. Is this complicated enough for everybody? Then, same thing here. When we connect down, we will, docking ready down, will turn off. And undock down will start its timer. Okay. So, if I undock, ready to, whoop, there we go. And then our timer is running. I don't know what it's going to do here. There's really no way to see what it's doing, but ready, up, is on. Okay, well, whatever. We'll see here. So what I want to do is go to about here. And this is AI record waypoint up. So we're going to go to about here and go up. And then we're going to go to about here. And then we're going to go all the way to there. And waypoint there. So there we go. So now it should be able to go all the way back up and down. And we can remove that. And I will have to probably, at some point, maybe set a broadcast controller on here or something so I can tell it trigger the up and down sequence. But for the moment, here's what I'm going to do. First, everything that is in here, which didn't need to be hidden and locked, it turns out. Cargo. Where's my cargo? So, you're full. That's the Moon Knight. Where's the cargo? Here. Okay. All this go into there. Alright. So we're all good there. All the pieces are up here. We got good amount of platinum. So now we should be able to tell it, head on down on your own. Should we just let it go? I'm going to take yet another blueprint of this thing, just in case. And I'm thinking of letting it just go down on its own. It's got the full tank of gas. Let's see what we could do with it. So we're going to disconnect. Everything turns on. Our timer is running. I turn on... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, which one is which here? We want... oh. Shit, which one is up and down? Knowing me, that's up. So I want to do... There we go. And that takes it down. Alright. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. We went pretty far with that thing. Alright, I need some water. I'm gonna go back to Earth. Alright. Alright, so... in a little bit, we should hopefully see it coming down. Let me grab some water. I'll leave that closed. I'll forget. Give me the water, and might as well get the food. As long as I'm here, why don't I go take this stuff while I'm waiting for the thing to come down. Then we're going to fly this miner over to the ice lake, get a load of ice, bring it back, and then we will take that up to the station. Actually, no, let's not even do that. We don't need it yet. Let's, there's an unknown signal way up there. Let's bring up the parts. Let's see if we could bring up enough parts for a, refinery. I'm wondering, once it gets down here, I should probably, assuming it makes it down here, I should think about replacing some of the hydrogens with atmospherics. Or maybe we'll just not for now. We'll see. We'll see. So give me that. It's going to take a while for that ship to get down here. That's the downside of all this. Are we not... where are you pulling water to? Pulling it to there? I should probably go get a load of ice just because it is, I don't think that I have. I don't have even really enough ice to make more water, do I? Yeah, I'm going to need more food soon, too. And I don't have any... Yeah, I'm running low on all this stuff. Okay. So, let me grab the ice, the remaining ice that we have, and make some water out of it, so I can at least have some water packets. And then we got to start making food again. Alright, I probably want... Let's see, I want the organics to be... Where do I want hydroponics farm, hydroponics farm? These are both the same thing. Are they fighting with each other? What are you guys doing? That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Do I need gravel in there? I don't remember, but I'm going to put that there. Then I need... Do I need a little bit of water in here? No, I need... Well, I need most of this water to not be in here, so let's give me like 72 of the water. And give me like 16 of the water. Alright, what needs to go in here? I need the resequencer to make nutrient solution. I think I probably put a whole bunch of this in the... why aren't you making stuff? You're missing drinking water. That is true, you are. Okay. Now I lost my train of thought. I think I moved a lot of the stuff to the ship that is up in space. So, because it has its own set of all of these blocks. Alright, so now we should take these. Let's move 3 of them to there. And what else do you need? Is it gravel? There we go. So gravel is what needs to be there and there. Let's move like 2 there. Alright, so that's good. That I can use, once these are being made, I can use those to make tofu, which just needs all that stuff. So I'm just going to set it to make like 50 of those, and it'll just suck up the algae soy product as it's being created. So that works out. That works out. Alright. I bet you this thing is nowhere near the planet yet. I wonder if the, I should probably look if these unknown signals are the new ones or not. I'm going to go ahead and put this water in here. Oops. There we go. Put that water in there with that. That's a lot of water I've got in there. That's okay. I need more food, though. Which is good. Rumble Strip, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Everybody listen to Rumble Strip and like the chat. Or, sorry, like the stream. Normally I say it's optional. It's not optional this time. You have to do it. Should I cheat with a spectator cam and see how it's doing? Or should we wait patiently? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to cheat just a little bit. We're going to look and see. We're going to fly up and see if we could find it. Did it just fly by? It should be further than... I think it should be further than this by now. Let's look at this unknown signal while we're up here. Oops. Where'd it go? That does look like one of the new ones, I believe. Very cool, very cool. Alright, well, let's see if we could find our guy here. It is the... Oh, maybe one of these small grids. No? Okay, I think we got some jiggle going on over here. Might have to work on that. Cargo elevator. There we go. It's making its way down. It's still working. Okay, we'll wait for it. Oh. Everybody's doing a little dance, huh? Alright. Yeah, let's, Oh, you know, it just occurred to me. If we could get the laser antennas to work, we could connect to the Luna base from here. We could have, through that... Yeah, we could use it as a relay station. Alright, let's get both of those things. What are those things called? We just want the solar hinges. Did I really call them west? Okay, which ones are on top? It's gonna have to go look. I think it's rotor and then hinge, right? Yeah, it's rotor then hinge. So I want just the hinge. Oh, I can connect to the cargo elevator. Because it's in range. Oh, this is looking good. Wait a second, hold on. I can connect to the Moon Knight. The laser antenna is working. Oh. That's awesome. That means if the cargo elevator is up there, we can use the laser antennas to do stuff. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I want to do this quick before I want to connect to you and find the hinge, the solar hinge, and turn inertia tensor on, and then the other solar hinge and turn inertia tensor on, and now everybody's happy. Let's go watch this thing land and hopefully not smash into the base. This is it. This is it. It's way over there. I'm going to move a little bit. I am honestly in shock. It worked. You guys, it worked. Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. So we can, well, at least for now, we can somewhat reliably take a moderate amount of cargo up and down to the station. So, what time is it? Okay. So I think what we're going to do is, we're going to fly over to Luna Base with this thing, get some ice. I'm also going to fix the solar panels over there so that they're not doing stuff. We're going to get some ice. We're going to get a laser antenna built over there. I don't think I needed the remote control. I think I need the remote control there only if I want to take control of the grid. Like, control the grid, like now I'm controlling the Moon Knight, which probably should not be doing. But just to be able to remote access its terminal, then that's all I need to do. I don't think I need to have a remote control over there. But either way, laser antenna there. Let's see, how am I going to get up to the station, though? How far away is the Luna base? Did I make a one for the Luna? There we go. Luna base is only 14 kilometers away, so I can take our antenna here and temporarily crank this up to like 20, so I'll be able to connect back to let's see, does Luna base have an antenna? Because if I put an antenna on Luna Base, then I can connect to it just with antennas from here, but then I could dial them back down once we have laser antenna hookup. Okay, so parts for laser antenna and regular antenna. Regular antenna, check. Laser antenna, check. Hopefully we don't run out of superconductors. Because I'm spending a lot of time on spending a lot of gold. Let's see. You can't pull components out of here, can you? I don't have a good way to put components into you, do I? Now that I think about it. Maybe I do. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Oh, you're full already. MX. I need to get into your cargo. Here we go. Oh, of course, there's only small connections inside. Damn. This is gonna be... I'm not gonna be able to do both in one trip. I don't have a... I could put some in the cockpit, but not much. Oh, I can put almost all that. Alright, how much more is there? Can I even make... Actually, can I even make... I don't know that I have gold here. I think all the gold is on the station. Oh, we got enough. Let's see, if I could slip a little bit in there... Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to take all of it. We might be making 2 trips. Yeah, I can't even with this. Alright, yeah. Yeah, can I get in this way? Ooh. Ooh. Nope. I had it for just a second. It's like right... Yeah, I should just, like, lift the ship up. There it is. Oh, it pulled everything back out of that one. I thought I didn't have... oh, that's right. There's no sorter here. It's just Izzy running that one. Well, crap. Now I don't know which thing I've... Okay, you know what? Scrap this plan. Take everything back out. Put it all back. The reason I'm scrapping the plan is because... we'll go back a different way. And get everything... We'll do this another time. Because I don't really need to technically control it anyway, so... Let's just go get the ice, fix our panels, and then come back, so... let me... I'm not even going to try. I was going to say let me try and record path and set home, but... well, actually, no, let's do that. This will be fun. We'll do that. So record path, turn everything on, disconnect, take me way up so I don't break anything. Ooh, atmospherics. Alright, let's fly to Luna Base, which is over this way. This is not the first time I've flown this ship to the Luna Base, so we ought to be okay. What is this? Is that just the braking thrust? Nice, okay, good. So we can kind of cruise like this for a bit. It's further away than I remember. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I'll have time to complete it today, but I am going to try the plan of put atmospherics, replace some of the thrusters with atmospherics, and then see if we can use that to get up to space without using as much thrust, and then we'll just do like a altitude detector that swaps them on and off. But I'm going to need some bigger batteries. So all of that is, the problem with that is all of it is just added weight, you know. But if I just did two larges, one up and one down, will probably be, or maybe even two up and two down. How many batteries would I need? I probably need like 2 large batteries. The prototype is working pretty well, though. I'm really satisfied that it successfully flew itself all the way back down and landed and shut itself off and everything. That was very cool. I think there's more we can do. This lake is so big. I wish it was closer. I wish I had scouted the lake before I decided where to build the scenario at. Almost there. Hopefully we have enough power. I don't know that this place has a place. There's not really a good place to dock. Oh, you know what? I could dock up against where the platypus usually docks if I want to charge up. You can already see the solar panels bouncing around up there. That's kind of funny. Maybe it would be worthwhile to make a hydrogen, because all these tanks are full of hydrogen here. A hydrogen drone that, yeah, look at they're waving at us. A hydrogen drone that flies over here, docks. Hang on. Stop recording. Okay. That flies over here, docks, waits for its tanks to get full, and then... Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't break. Waits for its tanks to get full, and then just flies back to the other base. Now that I'm getting pretty good at automating flight paths, this is a potential winner. Okay, I can't see what I'm doing here. Because then it would be faster. Look, we're already full. It would be faster than coming back, like driving the platypus all the way over here for sure. Especially given that the platypus's wheels tend to glitch out for some reason. Let's see, we got 46 minutes of hover. How are we flying? We're good? Okay. Let's just tell it to fly home. Oh wait, don't fly home yet. I gotta fix the thing. Stop. I gotta fix all these things real quick. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please, please, please. Alright, save some power. Let me go fix all this stuff. Nothing bothers me more than unnecessary physics. Hinge, 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 hinge. Inertia tensor. Here we go. Let's double check this place and see what's going on in here. Make sure there haven't been any weird visitors or anything. Still looks good. Frozen as ever. How's the power situation? Probably fine, right? Batteries. Where? Oh, that's the other thing. Batteries are doing great. Okay. Ah, wrong way. That way. All right, let's head back. This is not a whole lot of ice, but it'll be, actually it's not bad. It'll be enough. It'll be enough to get what we need here. All right, now I want to fly to home position. And I just want to make sure that I'm on stop in case I'm about to smash into the ground. Yeah, it looks like we're good. All right, so we got some ice. What I'm going to have to make sure of when we land, though, is that we're not going to immediately process that into hydrogen, because I want to carry the ice up to... Actually, no, I don't need to. Do I need... Oh, no, I do need to make sure that the ice doesn't get processed. So I should be able to... If I turn on this thing's antenna... Should be able to connect back to... oh, my antenna's not... Hang on. I need my antenna to be, like, way out there. It's like 15,000. That's going to cut into my power usage, but that's okay. I just want to make sure that any O2 gens are off. Okay. Good, so we'll just have our ice. That way I can selectively turn it on and off when I need it. We can just turn that off again. Okay. Gonna take a drink of water one more time. You all know what that means? That means consider. It's your time to ponder whether or not you would like to put a like on the video. Alright, so let me recap what I plan to do today. We need to get parts for a... We still have plenty of hydrogen in the platypus. So, we need to get the parts for a refinery up to the station. Then we could build ions on the station for if we need it to sit still, which will be nice. Oh, you know what I never did is I never figured out... Why are we going so slow here? Because we're following the path points, that's why. I never figured out where the function was to make the path relative to a beacon. Because I could put a beacon on the station, and then no matter if the station nudges itself a little bit, it'll always be able to follow the same path. And I've done that in the past. You know, the little drones that I built way back in, like, my second series, when automatons first came out, was using the beacons to figure out, because they would launch from a hinge. From a hinged connector, and it could move up and down, and they would still manage to come back and connect to it. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm sure it's obvious and I'm just not seeing it, but... And then I also don't remember if you needed the beacon there when you were recording. I bet you do. So it wouldn't be the worst thing to re-record the path, but we got to get a refinery up there first. That's the main thing. I got to refine that platinum. Because if we've got ions We got to make a jump drive. We got to make a simple ship that can fly through space and jump to the alien planet so we can get uranium, or we got to just find a asteroid that has uranium, since apparently the scarce resources might be a little bit borked in the asteroids. And I'm pretty sure that's going to have to be because Daily Needs put potassium in the asteroids and it overrode the ore map. I forgot I could get into the cargo container from the top. We could have put a bunch of stuff in there. But that's okay. I don't actually think we need to control the Luna base from here, so... Yep, very exciting. Very exciting. Alright, I gotta check. Did I actually go and get nickel and stuff? I know I went and got iron at one point. We might be still pretty low on nickel and stuff. Because if... Okay, good. It's just sitting there. That's perfect. Okay. If, it would be easier to just take the raw materials up. Ingot. So we got a little bit of nickel. We still got a bunch of cobalt. We got some iron. Okay, so nickel. We need this thing to charge up a little bit, and then we're going to have to go and get some nickel and silicon, and maybe do 2 trips and get some iron as well. That will be good. Put you on, sorry, on recharge. That'll be good. If I could take all that up to the station, we could just manufacture the parts for a refinery faster than we could. It'll be easier to take the materials up than to take the components up. There might actually, you know, while this thing is charging, let me go up there and see what we've got in terms of... Okay. I wonder how much material... Like, if we've got enough material to start on a refinery right now. Because I know I brought some parts up here, or some stuff. So while that thing is recharging, I can look and see. We need mostly iron. Oh, we don't have a... Oh, we do have a lot. There's no nickel up here, so anything that needs nickel is not going to get made. So we'll have to prioritize nickel. Where do I want to put the refinery? I'm thinking I might split right there and do the refinery coming, actually, oh man, and then the gyroscope is there. I was going to say I could put it right here. And then I could have, it would just kind of fit actually pretty perfectly in this space right here, wouldn't it? Yeah, why don't we do that? I'm going to have to move this gyroscope, though. That's too bad. Alright. Move the gyroscope. Move that thing. That will not split the grid. Hopefully. Then we're going to get a conveyor. Let's see. Should I do an X? I think I'm going to do a conveyor X. Because I think I'm probably going to want to go something out the other side anyway, so let's do that. And I need at least an interior plate. Let's hope you have one of those. Okay. Let me put back my guy here. Come on. And we're going to just name this SSA gyroscope. And override is on. Okay. So now we got that. Now we can say... Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I want to use up the gold to do yield modules. So I'm just going to end up doing speed, I guess. Maybe a mix of speed and power. Because I don't want to use up any more gold. Actually, you know what? I will use up the gold. I'll put 2 yields on it. If I need the gold for the jump drive, we'll just take the yields back off. That's what we'll do. So, no big deal. Hey, I found the refill stations. There they are. Small hatch, which allows you to refill power, oxygen, and suits. And hydrogen. That's what I was trying to look for before. It hooks up to the conveyor and basically functions like the screen on a survival kit or med bay, but just without the respawning ability, which is a really good idea, honestly. Because up until, aside from the mod that I have that lets you refill through any cockpit that is piped up, there's no other way to refill other than going to a respawn point. Or just like dropping your bottles in something that can refill the bottles. Anyway, refinery, and then the upgrades. Are they not called upgrades? Modules. Let's just grab this. Alright, so where's the... Okay, I think I'm going to go like this and have it up. And then we'll put the modules on the bottom. So we'll do that. I'm going to turn this off just to begin with. And then I suspect power is not going to be an issue up here. So let's do like... Oh, I need steel plate. Let's do speed, yield. I might not have steel plate. No, don't put... There we go. It was gonna go and put them in the refinery right away. Let's do it like this. Let's do speed, and then this way. Yield. Just to shake things up a bit. Alright, and then when it's done, I can start... Oh, I'm drifting. Hang on. There we go. So I'm going to have to go and get some nickel downstairs and bring it up here. And then we'll be good. So, let's see. We got the assembler built, so we need you to be called... Honestly, I hate these things the most in the terminal. There's like no reason for these things to be in the terminal. But... yep, the rings are fixed, Marcus. The rings are fixed. So you actually missed, if you're just coming back, you missed a successful unmanned flight of the cargo ship from the station all the way back to the planet on its own. Which, very successful. Extreme success. So now we're just, we've got the refinery up here. You can't tell me we already ran out of iron. What are we doing? You're not doing anything, huh? Inventory. Ingot. Oh, actually, how much gold is left? If that's all the gold that's left, I have basically just wasted all the gold. Maybe we will find a... Oh, actually, I just had a thought. We also... Oh, that was the other thing. We tried to go to an asteroid. The script that the script that, what's it called? The radio spectrometry script told me that this asteroid, I don't know which one, it's somewhere over here. This asteroid over here, it told me it had, I don't know, it's somewhere behind the solar panel. I think maybe, was it that one? That one? One of the ones that's near the planet. It told me it had ice, and we went there and it had platinum, which was not supposed to be allowed, so we have platinum now. So we don't have to go to Mars. So that's something. Why isn't the script detecting that it needs to make things, though? That's the thing. The build and repair script should be... You're on, right? Missing a bunch of steel plates and everything, so start making them. So it sounds like we're probably going to have to disassemble some things that I put gold into to make a jump drive, or we got to slow boat it back to the moon again and get some more gold, or we got to find a... oh, you know what? Actually, that's what I was just realizing. I could potentially... I think this will work. That was the asteroid. I could potentially put a... excuse me. I could potentially put an ore detector on a turret and point it at asteroids and then see what's on them. We could have like an asteroid, although it seems to be pretty unreliable now that I think about it, so maybe this is not worth it. But either way, this isn't going to go well if the script is not automatically making things for me. So what did I goof up in the script? It was working. The build and repair script has SSA build and repairs, SSA assemblers, that didn't change. Let's see, hold on. New display names. What did I call? It was control station. Control seat. Hang on one second. I don't really need you right there, do I? Hello, another diamond. How you doing? Oh, the Factorum have not reappeared. The save is still borked. We don't have any of the new cargo ships either. So, you're lucky that I think Nightbot or Stream Element Spot, whichever one is still here, doesn't appear to be running today for some reason. He took the day off, so he would have definitely gotten you for those caps. So, I'm doing good. Another diamond. I'm doing real good. Things are actually working today. Control seat. No, that's remote control. Control seat. And I want the large display 0. So just sit tight. I want to know... The script is not the best, but I want to add to this array, basically this, index 0. Does that work? Error. Implicit convert. Oh. Are you missing a cast? Build and repair group 1 status panel. Oh, is this supposed to be a group? No. Display kinds. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Display definition. Cockpit 0. Okay, hang on. I think this is not what I wanted to do. Does that fix it? Oh. Oh. It's actually possible this isn't working because the change to the mod API has broken this script. There was a change to the mod API today. The programmable block API. That could be a problem. Well, it's an annoyance, not really a problem. Let's see, display names. Yeah, so it's not me. So I was correct. That was the correct thing to put here. It's just this whole script, which is from 2019, is no good anymore. So, with that in mind, we might as well shut it off and then just queue up the parts we need. So, yeah, that is the status of the station right now, Nether Diamond. That is the status. So, I need a... Ah, there we go. Put that into production, and then I can get rid of you. And then let's grab these things. I don't even know if we have enough gold to make 2 of these up here. We'll see. Oh, you're not. You're building the wrong things. So screwing up my, Okay, fine. We'll let you do your thing, and then I'll poke him again. Here, actually, everybody stop for a second. We good? Okay. Let's get all these at once, and then I don't have to worry about it. Oh, I know that, I know. Okay. Then where'd my cargo go? Cargo go. There we go. Okay, now it'll put all those into production. It won't be able to do all of them, because we'll be missing everything that needs nickel. We will have enough gold, at least, so there's that. We might actually, given how many superconductors are still on the planet, we might actually have enough for a jump drive up here. Wondering if I should actually make a jump drive and just have it sitting here full of superconductors so that we could at least, like have them set aside. Ow. Okay, so that's happening. Let's go back down to the planet and go get some nickel and get it up here. Oh, it's loud. Oh, it's loud. Okay. Maybe I should wait until morning to do that. Nah, who cares? There's no light in the hole anyway. Alright, so batteries are on. Thrusters are on. Let's see, we can go to this iron nickel hole here. Or I have a nickel hole over there. Let's see, where are we going? Let me take my... I just realized I've probably got my antenna still cranked up. Let's put it back to like 5,000 and save myself a couple kilowatts here. Alright, do I want to go to the iron nickel that's over there, or do I want to go to the nickel that's right there? Is that really... There's nickel just like right there? Why did I call that one MH nickel? That's weird. I guess let's go to the closer one. I don't even remember that one, but... As always, I want to record a path there, so even if I'm not gonna use the auto mining, I could fly back with it. Then up we go. Way up high. And then we're just gonna fly over to it. Seems the battery's charged up decently. Oh, wait a minute. 170 kilometers. Oh, man. Hold on. Wait. I completely miscalculated what I'm doing here. Hang on. Stop that. Go back home. Let's do this correctly. We're going to go to the other one. This one was moon hole nickel. Moon hole iron. That's what the M is for. I was going to fly to the moon just now. Could have got some gold while I was there, though. Alright. It's going to redock so that I can grab a new path. And we will go to the other nickel hole, which is significantly closer. I don't know why I just completely failed to read the decimal point properly. So... That's fun. Let's turn off some of these other GPSs we don't need. I don't need Luna Base. Don't need Orbit. Don't really need Outpost 52, but I'll leave it. Okay. Record and set home. Disconnect. Up we go. So we're going to go real high since we're going to be going over the base. Nice night. Real nice night out tonight. A little bit of a fog coming in. A little mist. Alright, looks like the hole is right around here. Do you see a hole here? Yes, okay, good. Then let's, oops. Let's change this to stop recording. And then, oh wait a minute, I don't see a hole there at all. Yes I do, but it's like a tiny little hole. It's the other direction, it's this way. Was this a manual hole? Oh, this was from when I was hand drilling. Oh. Okay then. Well, that's a trip down memory lane. Is it still iron and nickel? Oh, there's magnesium behind me too. It's still iron and nickel. Let's see if we could do a kind of point a little bit more closely at just the nickel here. I want it to be a little bit, there we go. Gotta get an angle so that I'm not gonna, let's see. No, that one, there we go. Oh, you know what, real quick. I want to see, so there was when they did the drills, terrain clearing mode. Does that mean we can now actually use the right-click drill from the toolbar? Actually, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that. Okay, where's my drills again? So drills, terrain mode on off, and then I don't know, I just turned it on. I don't know what that does. So what are we doing here? Okay. Now I'm using right click. Left click. Okay, it's like it's on. Now it's off. Now it's on, now it's off. I don't know what this does. But I'm sure one of you probably read a blog or watched the stream. So maybe you know and you could tell me. Oh, I'm here. I'm here already. Nope. Thought that was it. Let's see, maybe this is all nickel up here and we could fill up. How much stone is in this thing? It's quite a lot of stone we've still got. Yeah, let me see if I can kind of angle up a little bit. Oh, there's stone over there. There's stone everywhere. Let's just grab nickel. We'll do our best. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's figure out how to turn around. Okay, there we go. Oh, man, that's rough. Alright, I want to GPS this spot right here. And... let's see, it would be good to mark... That's a boulder. That's a magnesium boulder. Okay. That's good to know. Alright. Back to home position, please. Yeah, we could use some magnesium. You never know. I guess, actually, we probably can't, because there's nobody to fight in this world, so... Unfortunately. I'm gonna say this now. Because none of the new features of this game are spawning in this world, because it's such an old world, and I haven't been able to fix it. My gut is telling me that this world is not long for this world. And I realize that is an awkward phrase. But this series will probably end in the next several weeks. There's still more things that I want to do, but I'd rather do them in a world where I can actually work toward the goal that I would like to work toward. So most likely Outpost 52 will maybe last a couple more weeks while we finish up some things, then I will move on to a brand new world. Which is unfortunate, because I really wanted this to be like a more long-term playground of fun. But maybe the next one. Maybe the next one will be better. Alright, so I'm going to get that nickel going here. Hopefully the build info mod gets an update soon. I think that's a Digi mod, right? And I saw him doing a bunch of updates on his other mod, so he's probably working on it. Let me go take a little nap while this thing charges up some more. And then I think we'll go grab some iron and prep for a launch to the station. We have to wait for all of it to refine down here because, of course, we're trying to build a refinery upstairs. So there's, we can't bring the unrefined ore up there. Upstairs. That's what I'm calling the station now, just upstairs. So I'm probably not going to launch the rocket today because it'll take too long to get up there. And I'm wondering if I should make the modifications to the... I always end up making something that looks like a phallus, don't I? Anyway, whatever. Making the modifications to add the hydrogen thrusters. I'm sorry, the atmospheric thrusters before I send it back up again, or should I just go... Should I just go with it since we have the... Since it works. Just go with it for now, at least, for the next trip up. I don't know, I'll think about that before the next episode. I also do want to put a broadcast controller on it, or something where I can trigger the up and down. To do the atmospheric thrusters, I'm going to need to do a little bit of redesign, because it'll need the batteries and all that stuff, so... Excellent. Okay, thank you, Kanajashi. That makes more sense. So because I was trying to do it with the buttons, and it didn't, like, it was just doing the normal thing. So Okay, that's cool. So we could use it with, like, automation blocks and stuff like that. I like that. Okay, what was I saying? We need to go get some iron, and I'm probably just going to go back to the same iron hole and see what's going on there. So, and then we'll probably stop there. Let me... actually, can I just go... I could just do this, can't I? Because we're going back to the same place. So it'll just... Oh, don't hit the building. Please don't hit the building. Okay. That scared me for a second. Oh, wait, why are you going back down? Why are you going back down? What? No. Oh. Okay. That's because that was the last job that it was doing. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Go back to home. Oh god, you're gonna smash into something, aren't you? Okay. Okay. We're gonna go back over there, and we're just gonna do this proper. Record a path. Off we go. Alright, so we'll grab some iron, we got the nickel processing, and then next time we'll be able to launch that all up into space again. I can't believe that rocket actually worked. So we just had to double the hydrogen storage, and we had to take out some thrusters. So basically, we gave it too much rope to hang itself, in a way. Like, just giving it too many thrusters allowed it to unnecessarily burn hydrogen. So, iron. Where's the iron? Right there. Alright. Woo. I should probably tell it to stop recording. Okay. Iron. Iron, where are you? Let's go in right about there. Yep, here we go. Yeah, I didn't know how many thrusters I was going to need, and it's definitely too many thrusters, so... So we took out 6 up and 6 down, and I'm thinking of taking out 6 more. Because I think even at full capacity of its cargo, it's enough. Ow. Can I, I thought about transplanting the grids. Is it easy enough to transplant the voxel changes? Not a thing that I've done before. I tried looking at the SBC files. We had like a whole episode about it where I was bringing up VS Code and we were looking at SBC files. And I compared the files. This was before the update today. This was... Because this world is before... Since before the Contact update, it's really old. And it had MES running in it, which shouldn't affect the Factorum spawns, as I recall. It doesn't interact with that system, but for whatever reason... Ow. I was never able to get Factorum or anything with the new spawner to work here. So we compared SBC files with a brand new save and found, like, no differences. Uh-oh, drifting down. There we go. Come on. Oh, we could almost do it. Alright, let's head back. Fly me to home. We are full of iron, right? Yep. Yeah, I think if I could transplant most of the stuff, like blueprinting things and like repasting them into a new world is different than, because like this thing has a basement and it's dug out into the ground and everything. Yeah, that's the problem. So, like the ore holes and stuff, I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't really want to copy and paste everything because there is like a lot of voxel changes under the bases. Oh. Okay, well there goes that weather. Although, I mean, I guess really, like, we dug the basement, but we never really put anything in the basement. So, I guess we could just not have the basement. That's a possibility. It's a possibility. Yeah, I'll think about that. The other thing is I've been doing this world for several months since before the last update. I started this. What was the one before Contact? It was like Signal. I think I started this after the Signal update came out. So, yeah, we've been going for a long time here. Maybe it's time for a change of mods, change of scenery. Actually, as long as I'm here and these things are it's all very loud here. Hang on, let me go stand where it's not so loud. Why don't I stand here? Yeah, I'll look into actually how easy it is to copy and paste the grid data, like directly. I would rather do it in the SBC file directly than try to like blueprint this whole massive thing and copy and paste with all of its subgrids. Not that I would expect it to mess up or anything, but yeah, I'll look into that. Because if I could do it with the grid data directly in the SBC files, then I'd feel a lot more comfortable with that, because I would know that everything is exactly where it was, and that I wouldn't come up with like something later and be like, oh, I just realized this thing is not in the same spot, so whatever reason doesn't work. But anyway, what I was going to ask was, because this world will eventually go away one way or the other, what should I do next? I don't think I've done anything on Pertam or the alien planet. Yeah, obviously I have played on those planets before privately, but I've never streamed anything that happened on there. So what have I done? I did some stuff. I've done a lot of stuff on Earth-like, because this series and my first one were on Earth-like. I had a whole thing where I was crashed on Triton for a while. I was on Mars at the very beginning a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and it eventually, like, mod interactions just corrupted my save, and we just kind of stopped there. So I could do Mars. I had that whole thing I built on the asteroid, and then I was on Helgen, and then I was doing the thing in space, and then I was on the Keen server. So Pertam is the bomb. Yeah, Alien would just be like a change of scenery, and change of scenery and less oxygen. Yeah, less oxygen. So less oxygen, and I think slightly more gravity. Not that that really has much to do with anything. But yeah, I did. So that series on Helgen, the modded planet, was incredibly fun. So I'd be up for that. I could be up for that. I've not done one with the water mod. I thought about doing the water mod in this series, and I ended up taking it out, just thinking there were far too many other additional systems, because I already had the atmospheric, the aerodynamics mod in this one and everything, and for my little plane right there. Yeah, I'm open to suggestions for if someone wants to throw a water... well, let me just say, if you want to go on the Discord or just like talk to me on the next stream or something like that, maybe it'd be a good idea if you want to suggest a planet or something like that. I'd be open to that. The aerodynamics mod does work really well with the water mod. The deadly re-entry portion of it has been kind of annoying. Like, it's been a fun challenge to try to engineer around it in this world, you know, like not burning up, going up and down from space. But I think I'm getting kind of tired of it. So, actually, real quick, can you turn off? No, that's not where it is. Can you turn off the re-entry physics and leave everything else? Physics preferences, that is what I'm looking at here, huh? No, it doesn't look like it. Color, gizmo, lighting, particle. Yeah, no, okay. Maybe in like a settings file or something in the mod you could turn off the re-entry physics. But like the drag is a big part of the mod, so... Yeah. I guess it would be the heat. The heat is the thing that you really have to worry about. Giant floating base would be really cool, though. Like a, even if it was like a, you know, like a helicarrier, technically is like an aircraft carrier, but then it can fly. That would be really cool to make one of those and it could just like land in the water and hang out there. You guys are giving me some good ideas here. How's our refinery looking? Okay, we are nowhere near getting through everything, but that's okay. Okay, all right. So I know there are a couple of planets that work well with water. Like there is a version of Earth-like where they've kind of removed all of the ice lakes and replaced, you know, like just left a basin there so that the water level will fill in the ice lakes and everything, and then other parts of the planet become flooded with water. I know there's that. I think Captain Arthur has a couple of planets. Let's see. What was the one? Ares? Does the Ares... I know there was the Ares at war, and I don't remember what the Earth-like planet from that solar system was called. Maybe it was Ares, or maybe it was something else. But that one, I believe, has water. I guess I'll have to look around. I haven't really... It's been a while since I've scoured the workshop for modded planets. I don't know if there's been any new ones or anything, so... Not since we were deciding on going to Helgen, which was a crazy-ass planet to go to, so... Alright, let me talk a little bit about, before I hang up here, let me talk a little bit about what is going on for the rest of the week. So it is Monday, and that is an unusual day for me to be streaming, so Thursday we're still going to stream. We're going to have the Space Engineers again. Then, Friday, Pat and I are going to try something new, but we haven't 100% decided what that's going to be. I'm thinking we're going to try Enshrouded, because everybody was recommending it to me. We're going to try that. I don't know if we can get our act together in time for this week to do it, but that's something we want to do. Sunday, we're back to Halo Infinite. I don't know how many more weeks of that there's going to be. I don't know how far we are in the campaign, but I imagine we're like 2 to 3 weeks of Halo left, and then we're done with Halo forever, probably. And then I'll come up with something new to do on Sundays, and it'll be a fun thing. I think that's it. So for the next stream, we're going to wait for all of this ore to process, load it up in the rocket ship, take that all back up to the station so that it can process. We can finish making the refinery and process that platinum, and then we'll just see where we go. I don't know. Am I going to build a big ship with a jump drive and go get stuff? I don't know. Maybe we don't even bother with that, and we just make a really cool space station, and that's the end of the series. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, I think that's the plan. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you have not thrown a like on the video and you would like to like the video, I would like it if you would like the video. And if you would like to get notified when I go live, consider subscribing. And I want to thank Rumblestrip again for the $5 that he kicked in earlier in the stream, and everybody else who's been hanging out with me today and giving me, of course, advice and all the other stuff that you all do, because you're all awesome. So, thanks a lot, everybody. I will see you all on Thursday. Take care. Oh, the button didn't work. Ah, it always does this to me. It makes a fool of me every time. Okay, take two. Thanks a lot, everybody, and I will see you on Thursday.